Oh, these poor guys don't stand a chance now. We're all a level higher, and there's another one of us. It's kind of sad they even try, honestly. Okay, theoretically, we can now open this. Yes. Glorious. Are those hostile? They look like... I was gonna say they look kind of like civilians, but that guy clearly has a knife. And they're gesticulating to each other like they have a plan. Hello there, rapscallions. Do I need to murder you? Looks like that's a yes. Oh wow, he dropped $200. Look at that. Oh my god, so many thugs to be cut down in the streets. Why are these guys hostile? Who are they? Are they just like bandits? They're not guards, so I don't think these are Silver's men. He had a comically huge scimitar, but it didn't help him. Oh my god, there's more of them. We've like personally cut this town's population in half. Who are these people? Are they just highwaymen? Like, why are they attacking us? Oh my god, there's more of them. Jesus. Is this the most crime-ridden city ever? Or are we just on the wrong side of the tracks? Because we weren't encountering bandits before. Are you okay, sir? Are you at all related? Oh, I can't even talk to this guy. Whatever. You're welcome. Oh, we just got a new technique. It looks like cleaver? Oh, yeah. I'll pick that, I guess. I do like the way Vivienne's hair flows behind her as she runs. It's nice, smoothly animated. And it shows well because it's bright red. There's so many of them. And they all die almost instantly. God damn, the City of Rain is gonna have to conduct a new census just because we're here. Also, why can't I pick this cheese up? Is 9 all I'm allowed to hold? So I eat one... Oh yeah, I can now pick it up. Yeah, I guess you can only carry 9 of each food. Just to make them more cartoonishly evil than they already were. Let's have him kick somebody while he's down. Like, who are these people? I can't get over this. I mean, I guess we need to have something to fight, but is there a reason we couldn't just be fighting Silver's men like we were last time we were in Rain? And you know what? Just to see, I'm gonna have Sakuni equip throwing knives, since I'm full, so I can't pick up these extra ones anyway. Actually, it looks like she's doing a fair bit of damage with the throwing knives. Oh, she is. Oh, I guess I just underestimated how much difference her skill would make. Well, that's not too bad then.
Your adventures have been many.
Not really, but I'll save anyway. Ooh, is this gonna be a seedy tavern? Oh, that's exciting. I'm sure we're gonna meet a whole bunch of cantankerous and or taciturn douchebags in here. It'll tell us to piss off or whatever. I can't go through the door to the right, though? It's clearly wide open. Huh. That's a little strange.
Strangers are welcome here. You won't gain without a fight.
Isn't it a tavern? Like, don't you want to sell me booze? Isn't the whole point to make money? But whatever. I will gladly cut you into small pieces to earn my way inside. More fuckers are gonna come out to fight us? Really? Why does everybody here have... Oh my god, they're all just... Why does everybody here have a pointless death wish? Oh, and they're dropping so many healing items. Alright, how pointlessly bellicose is everyone in here going to be? Oh, we put our weapons away. Oh, I guess we're model citizens. Okay, I can talk to the weirdo with the flame sword. And that person over there, and the big guy. Okay, well, let's start with the flame sword. Can I buy that from you? It looks badass.
Such an attractive lady.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you want to come and sit on old Randalph's knee?
No.
You really don't want me to do that.
Then buy an old wizard a snifter.
How about I just...
leave you to drink alone. We have no change to spare.
Can I buy the sword? There we go.
My fire sword. It's my very last, most treasured possession.
Why are they allowing you to walk around with a weapon out?
For a very small sum.
How small?
For you, lovely lady, just 200 pieces of gold.
Okay, so here's a question. Since he's specifically talking to Vivienne, because he says, for you, lovely lady, and he starts by calling her attractive, if I had walked up to him as David, would he have offered me a different price?
You must be joking.
Actually, 200 gold for a fire sword's not that bad. That's the price of a fucking potion.
Okay.
Oh, wow, he dropped it.
100 pieces. That's my last offer. Interested?
Well, yeah, I'll gladly pay that.
Okay, but it had better work.
Surely you're not suggesting that I would swindle such an attractive lady?
So that's going to go under here. Yes. It's another elemental. Fantastic. I'm going to say that was totally worth it, because I had like 400 gold. Oh no, I had 500. Oh yeah, so I had more gold than I even thought, so that was totally worth it. But yeah, I am curious, if I had talked to him as David, would he have asked for more money because he was being generous to Vivienne because he thinks she's hot? Like, or would that conversation go the same way and he'd be talking to Vivienne anyway? Oh my god.
Come to keep a tired old man company?
Don't mind as I cough all my diseases all over you.
As much as I would like. Let me introduce myself. I'm Albert. I must say, you are a beautiful young woman.
Well, at least he's being polite about it.
Thank you, but...
Could you stop splattering your phlegm all over me?
Don't worry. You're probably too busy to listen to an old fool prattling on about his life history.
It probably wouldn't take very long because I have a feeling the vast majority of your life history boils down to I spend an awful lot of time drinking in the tavern.
No, of course not.
I've had a good life. And I bet I could tell you a thing or two.
Jesus, this guy's creepy. He's like a sex pervert version of Watto. He's kind of got that raspiness to his voice. It's kind of making me think of Watto, but yeah, as a bar crawling pervert.
I'm sure you could.
30 gold pieces.
For what? Just a general tip?
Pardon?
Give me 30 gold pieces, and I'll tell you something interesting. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
Okay, but you'd better listen carefully. I don't like to repeat myself. Now, Lower Rain is filled with city scum.
Yeah, I noticed. I've been chopping my way through it.
A sick old man die alone rather than open their gates to a stranger.
Okay.
I paid 30 gold pieces to hear that?
Wasn't much of a tip.
Yes, if you don't keep quiet while I talk.
Sorry. Go on.
I don't know if I have the strength.
You're not going to ask for more money, are you?
Listen.
Okay. I know how you can get through the gates with no questions asked.
Oh, is this the bell?
Ring the bell out
Oh, yeah.
3 times in quick succession and pause for a second. And then ring it twice and pause again. And finally, ring the bell once more and the gates will open.
Okay.
Now leave me alone.
So it's the pause that the game's waiting for, because I just hammered it a bunch of times. What's this person's hat? Oh, he's got like a classic piratey hat. Oh, I guess this guy back here has it too. Glorious, with that nice gold trim on it. That is quite the hat.
You're brave. And you heard, I'm the carrier of cursed treasure.
Is that a euphemism for an STD? Because I don't want what you're selling.
Cursed?
Well, the barman believes that this here gold doubloon be cursed and stolen from a long-dead pirate.
How did you get it?
From honest plunder. Now it seems I can't even use it to buy a drink. It's yours for 30 gold pieces. What do you say?
Only 30? Sure, I'll pay that.
Well, good luck. I hope you don't need it.
What's the worst that could happen? It's only cursed. Of course, I can't use it here, but presumably it'll be useful at some point.
Okay, lady.
Unless it is just... I mean, some games have done that. They just have truly useless items, like the errant prac in Lands of Lore 2.
Just some information.
I'm a tavern keeper. Maybe I know things, maybe I don't.
Well, have you overheard any recent conversations relating to 8 magical orbs?
That depends who's asking. And why.
My name's Vivienne, and if you know anything, it's vital that you tell me.
Oh, what?
Or I'll turn you inside out and hang you from the rafters?
Or innocent people might die.
Are you threatening me? Hey, she's threatening me.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand, all right. You're in league with Silver.
Oh my god, you buffoon.
So you might as well just get out.
But we're...
Go on. Out.
Okay, so clearly I need to talk to him with someone else. See, this is interesting because it seems like who I'm controlling actually determines who's talking to the character. Because, like, when I talked to the doubloon guy, it was Vivienne talking. So could I have talked to the... I'm guessing I could have talked to the doubloon guy with either David or Sakuni, and then they would have their own voiced lines, meaning they actually had to record multiple versions of each conversation. That's a lot of voiced lines to record and fit on the disc if even the same conversation has multiple iterations. So let's talk to him as David instead. Or not try to punch him. I just want to talk to him.
Get out. Don't make me hurt you.
Oh, he's still mad. Does Sakuni go any better? Or would the conversation go exactly the same way every time, but the lines would still be read by the other character? Let's talk to the big guy here. I think is the only one left I can talk to. As Sakuni.
Excuse me.
Little lady, can't you see that Jug is already talking?
Little lady?
And you shouldn't be here anyhow. This is no place for a woman, little or otherwise.
What?
Take her home.
I hadn't finished. And don't you ever talk across me or turn your back on me again.
Okay, that was rude, and I'm sorry.
Wow, I didn't actually expect him to change his tune and apologize. Also, he said sorry, so he's Canadian too. Oh my god.
And I should never have called you little.
Why is he apologizing? Wow. He's like this huge, imposing, like, asshole, and he buckled that easily?
Better. David, we should go. We've wasted enough time as it is.
So if I talked to him as David, that whole conversation would have been different because he wouldn't have said little lady, presumably. And now we've somehow started a bar brawl. I am not controlling anything at the moment, to be clear.
Thank you.
No need for thanks. I enjoyed it.
Punching things and drinking are the only things I'm good at.
So tell me, why does a skilled...
He punched some douchebags in a bar.
I could ask the same of you.
There's no better place for information.
That's debatable.
Information on what?
Silver, and anything that will bring about his destruction.
That's a risky endeavor, but one I'd be proud to undertake if you let me.
Oh, he's a companion? Okay. Oh, I can't have 3. Okay. I think I would be tempted to... Vivienne's actually kind of seems to be pretty effective because she's good at melee, and melee can't run out of ammo. So she seems to be pretty effective. The issue with Sakuni is her strength is ranged, and range can run out of ammo, and there doesn't appear to be a store where I can buy more ammo. I'd be tempted to take him, although I have a feeling he might not be that interesting a character, because I think his whole thing is just going to be I punch stuff. But then again, Sakuni's not a terribly interesting character either. Alright, let's check his stats. He has a ridiculous amount of strength at 101. His dexterity is shockingly poor, though, at 14. Incredible constitution. He has a lot of hit points. But his wisdom is... I was going to say as low as you'd expect. Frankly, I'd expect it to be a little lower even than that. And his armor class is quite good. So he is definitely a... hit things with his... Ooh, and he came with an axe. Oh, fantastic. So yeah, he's okay. I think I'd rather have a party of all women, but that's just me. So I think we're done in the bar. I guess really the main thing we came here to get was... Well, I guess to get Jug, but the main thing we were here for clearly was the code for the bell. I'm guessing. That's probably the main way forward. Oh, and luckily we automatically re-equip everything. I was afraid I would have to redo that. How can there be this many bellicose assholes on the streets? Like, surely they're all dead by now. I guess they just think I have money, but, I mean, look at the size of Jug. And more importantly, look at the size of Jug's axe. Would you fuck with that guy? Oh, and as you would expect, lunge with the axe does very little damage. Because it's not pointed. Oh yeah, and swipe does way more. Okay, so that makes sense, but the weapons are clearly contextual, because The side swiping chopping attacks definitely do more with the axe, whereas with the swords, the lunge is really the only thing worth using. Oh, it looks like even in this area, it's now the general bandit-y types, rather than guards. I guess Silver's men have left the city. Also, I haven't commented on Vivienne's outfit, and it's basically just as ridiculous as Sakuni's. She once again has a perpetual wedgie, and curiously, quite a lot of her is not armored. I guess the sides of her thighs are, but her inner thighs are completely exposed. Her chest is completely exposed, meaning her heart is, so her heart and femoral arteries are exposed, which are really, of all the things you'd want to protect, those are like the most important ones. Not the most brilliant armor in the game, but I guess that's a fantasy game trope on its own, that the women aren't totally covered, which normally doesn't bother me. I'm actually in the camp of, like, I can accept that, because, like, fuck it, who cares? But it doesn't make it any less ridiculous when you see it. I'm gonna have to try to take these fuckers out while I'm so small on screen I can't tell which way I'm facing. I can't tell if I'm facing him. Oh, these shots are just way too wide. See, like the fixed background thing, it made more sense in Final Fantasy because it never asked precision of you in these static wide shots because you didn't do combat in that view. Because in Final Fantasy, the combat is done from a different screen. Like you hit a random encounter and it transitions to the battle screen. So in the really wide shots of the static backgrounds, you're never really doing anything other than just running around. Here, the combat's actually taking place there, and so a certain level of precision is required. Not that the combat's very precise, but at the very least I need to be able to face the enemies, which, when I and the enemy are like a few pixels tall, and I'm sort of occluded by one of my other party members, it's actually kind of hard to tell positionally exactly where I am and if my attacks are even going to land. We're only at 640 by 480 here. There aren't that many pixels. Like in 1080, this wouldn't be an issue, but it kind of is here. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2. Wait. 1. Okay, am I waiting too long? 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2. Wait. 1. Oh yeah, I was actually waiting too long. I figured it wanted a pretty good gap to truly differentiate it. And see, like this, when we're all clustered together like that, it's such a visual mess. I can't even really tell which way I'm facing or quite where I'm standing, because it's just like this mess of polygons. Alright, so we have a few ways to go. Let's go in here first, I guess? Oh, I thought it looked like I was going into a building.
Doesn't look well. Maybe he's been attacked.
Maybe it's a trap. Let me walk right over here.
Okay, maybe not.
Oh my god, he's got a bomb vest. Oh no, he's a fucking werewolf, apparently. Well, I wouldn't have called that. I thought he was just bait or something. Let's have David cast some spells. Jug needs to get the fuck out of there because he's just getting mauled. And neither of the other characters is doing anything. Why? Oh, I can't get over how bad this AI is. Oh, and he broke my shield. Great. See, like, David should be casting fire spells, right? And Vivienne should be attacking this. Why am I completely on my own here? You fucking idiots should be doing something. Oh, and now that he hit her, now she cares. Okay. That makes sense. David, you wanna... Fine, I'll do it. Oh, he's not that susceptible to fire anyway. Okay, broadsword it is. Now Jug's not paying attention. See, I can't actually control all three characters at once. Yeah, I genuinely feel like having a party is a bad thing here. Because now they're just getting their asses handed to them because they just fucking stand there. Let's try Reaper. Oh, it's sort of a spin attack. Take more cheese. You take more cheese. David, take more cheese. I sure wish you guys would stop standing around doing nothing. Okay, Cleaver. It's underwhelming, unsurprisingly. You know what? I think I take back what I said about the real-time combat. See, in theory, I like the real-time combat. Mostly just because I hate turn-based. But the problem is it just doesn't actually work that well when I'm not alone. If I was alone, like if I was just playing as Jug, that fight would have been trivial because I could just do a chop and then sidestep, chop, sidestep. And you know, if I took my time and was careful with it, that fight would have been perfectly fine. The problem is the AI really only does, my partners only do one of two things. They either stand there doing nothing, which just makes them useless, or when they finally do decide to fight, they just charge in, they just wade into the enemy's attacks, and then just get annihilated because they do absolutely nothing to avoid attacks, to evade, or block. They make no attempt of any kind not to get hit. Both of those options suck, because if it's option A and they're just standing there doing nothing, well then I may as well not have party members. But if they're actually doing something, then they just get their asses handed to them and blow through all my healing items, because they don't try to evade attacks. It's just, either way, they're a nuisance. I'm gonna redo that fight, because that went spectacularly poorly, and I ran out of cheese. I could take the Enchanted Arm Hour, but that would only apply to me. Unless maybe it inexplicably does your whole party, but that would genuinely surprise me. I think what I'm gonna try to do instead is just move them out of the fight and try to face it as, Jug. So let's just get this guy over here, let's get Vivienne over here, and then I'll run in as Jug. I guess try to aggro the... Except we're all just gonna savage him in the corner, and it's just gonna be awkward as fuck. Whatever. Ooh, I kinda have him stun locked though. Oh, fuck, this is working. I could just savage him in the corner like this. Oh, this is great. He's like stuck on that pillar, so he can't move. Well, that was gloriously easy this time. Just because the AI got stuck. I'll take it. Like, I don't even care that was cheap. Also, apparently there's werewolves in this game. It's weird nobody's that shocked by that. Hello there, sir. Did you realize there was a fucking werewolf outside?
I see you killed the werewolf. Unfortunately, you've also wrecked my latest adventure.
Wait, why are you here? You're the one that sicked the werewolf on me?
What? I was selling silver. The werewolf has a natural aversion to its properties. A bit of silver on your sword edge would have sliced through its flesh with more effect than cold steel.
Well, yeah, but like I didn't know I was able to buy any from you, because I would not have been able to come in here before fighting the werewolf, because approaching the werewolf and starting the fight was automatic upon entering that screen, and you can't leave the screen while there's an enemy. So it's not like I could have come in here and bought silver from him and then gone back outside and killed it. So like, is this the other pathway? Because there were two ways off the previous screen. Oh, it is! I didn't realize these led to the same place. So yeah, I guess if I went the other way, I could talk to Albert first, and I guess he would sell me silver and the werewolf fight would be easier, but I didn't even know that option existed. Which is fine, I guess, because the fight went so well this time since I just railed him in a corner. But that would have been nice to know beforehand. Also, Jug really kicks ass. I kind of like this guy. He's doing so much damage. Apparently there's nothing over here. Ooh, the logo up on that sign looks an awful lot like the Starbreeze Studios logo, which is a little strange. Was a creepy boatman on a raft.
What happened here?
It's...
Oh, I said creepy boatman. I didn't realize he actually was like a River Styx boatman with a skeleton, like a skull face. I didn't realize he was skeletal.
I can see that, but how?
Also, what the fuck happened to your skin, bro?
Drains. I'm busy. Leave.
can I help you with your problem, bro? Like, something about drains, but, you want to tell me where they are so I could drain this place so that it's not flooded? You're clearly bothered that it's flooded. I could help you, but I guess I just leave. Okay. So now I don't know where to go because, alright, so when I found the mayor, he gave me, he dropped the key. So I came back to Rain. Basically what the key got me to was the tavern. But basically the only thing I got in the tavern was learning the code for the bell. But the code for the bell just took me to a boatman who I can't do anything with. So that was a hugely roundabout way of ending up at a dead end. I guess, do I try giving the boatman an item? Well, I'm sure he doesn't want the teddy bear, and the only other item I have is a cursed doubloon. So does the boatman take that? Why would he? The issue wasn't that he wanted payment, the issue was that the place is flooded. Which, you know, in a city that never stops raining is actually not surprising. You'd think they would have built the place around that, though. Okay, I cannot give this guy the doubloon. Well, I guess that means I'm done here. I still have no clue what the fucking silver key is for, or the steel key. Do I just go to the rebel camp and see if the Duke has anything to say? Oh, that's right, there's an exit up there. I totally forgot about that. I saw that the first time we were here and I wasn't allowed to go through it, but I guess I can go there now. Oh god, it's another fucking bear. Piece of cake. Well, this place looks cool. Oh yeah. Tiered rock walls to the sides. It's a nice circular thing. That fountain design is really cool, where it's like a circular thing that splits off into 3 separate waterfalls. Pretty fucking cool, actually. Alright, the only way to go is here. Well, I see a chest, but doesn't really look like there's anything else of note here. I can't go up those stairs, even though there is a dude up there. Oh, that was a weird turn in the music I wasn't expecting. It was a kind of tranquil, and now it's a little, Oh god, there's a bear there? Why was there a bear hiding behind the chest? We got a longbow and some arrows. Well, the longbow's cool, but, there just aren't enough arrows for it to be practical, really. This doesn't go anywhere, and there's nothing else on this screen. So yeah, this whole area exists just to give me the longbow. Interesting. It looks nice, but I was hoping it actually went somewhere. So now I'm once again back to having no real idea where to go. I am noticing a problem with this game, is that it seems to lack much direction. I feel like we've barely started this game, and already there's been more than one instance of me just kind of going, well, I guess I'll just wander around for a bit, because I don't know what else to do. I guess the real thing to do here is to just give up and look up online what the hell the steel key does. Okay. This is ridiculous. I just looked up what the fuck to do next. So right after going to Othias, it says to head back to the Oracle and walk down from there on. And that is why I have no clue where to go, because I missed an additional exit. Oh my god, there is. Just going... I didn't even realize that was a different way off of the screen. Okay, so yeah, apparently I was supposed to do that. And not dick around in rain like I did, and meet Jug, and do the bell thing, and I guess I did all that out of order. Am I gonna get horribly shocked walking through this? I don't think Jug is gonna be pure of heart. Well, fuck me, apparently he is. And look at that. We're in a wintry area, which I'm okay with. I like snow in games. And oh fuck, this thing's just high enough in the air, it's hard to hit. Let's have David equip fire then. Which does a ridiculous amount of damage. Oh, yeah. Just kick these things' asses all up and down the street. Oh, look at that. That is clearly the steel key. Yeah, so I could have come here a long time ago. I didn't realize that exit off of the Oracle screen even existed. Interesting there's no music on this screen, which I realize now there has been music looping continuously the whole game. Although early in the game I was under the impression that it was going to be only at key moments, because back on the docks there was no music, and so I was like, oh hey, this game isn't going to have music looping all the time. Although now that I'm here, and there isn't music, that drew attention to the fact that, yeah, there has been music looping basically the whole game, which now makes it kind of weird that this screen doesn't have music. Ooh, finally some more shields, though. Oh, that was actually a better shield. Riveted. Which, since the shield seems to block all damage, the higher tiers of shield don't block more damage. I guess they just last longer. They have better durability. These things look dangerous, so I'd rather take them out from range. Ooh, they don't have that much health, though. And the white here is so blown out, I can't even see the fireball. Yeah, like I mentioned, this adapter tends to overexpose. Ooh, that's another battle axe. Oh, fantastic. Oh my god, wampas. We have a fascinating death scream. Incredibly low quality. Wait, what? Oh, hey, that sort of, that screechy sound it made. Not the death scream, but the screechy one. That was the sound the skeletons make in Daggerfall. Yeah, those. Which I always found to be an incredibly annoying sound effect. It makes the skeletons in Daggerfall very obnoxious to encounter because that loud, awful screeching. I didn't realize that was the stock sound I would hear in other games. Yet another chest I can't open. It's kind of a cool looking cave though. Just everything made out of ice. It's weird it's so bright in here though, because there doesn't appear to be a light source of any kind, and yet it's incredibly bright. It's a little darker down here, but like that previous room was... It's like there's broad daylight coming in through the ceiling, but I'm not sure there is. Luckily, those are easy to chop through. Weird switch in quality as the background changed from a still to a video. But hey, it was pretty seamless. Would have been less noticeable on a shitty little CRT. And of course my allies are... Oh fuck, he has a devastating AoE. Well, that's good to know. Of course my allies are largely doing nothing. Okay, so let's give David fireballs. Hopefully he'll actually do something with them. He's not. So I'll do it. Ooh, good. These drop MP, so David can stock back up. Jug needs to get the fuck out of the way. Okay, now David can pick up this MP. Alright, Vivienne's sword should be recharged. Well, there we go. That wasn't too bad at all. It's still an absolute clusterfuck to try to control three people who are all... that both have a mind of their own, but also don't. It's like, if they did literally nothing, it would be easier to work with, because I wouldn't be, like, trying to stop them from doing what they're currently doing to do something else instead. So if they did literally nothing and I just had to put in every command, that would kind of work, although it would be a clusterfuck to be switching between enemies, between allies, and it would be like a clusterfuck of constant inputs, but it would be more predictable. Or, the other way to do it would be to give them more initiative where they actually did stuff more consistently instead of standing around a lot before they finally decide to do something. But instead, it's sort of this weird in-between. Like, I can give them my own specific commands, but on the other hand, they also kinda do their own, so it's neither here nor there, which makes it more frustrating than if it was either extreme. Oh, is this just the Ice Orb? Ice magic. No. I didn't realize we would have another orb so easily.
We have the second orb!
Oh. We crossed like 3 screens and fought a boss.
But we still have 6 more to collect. Come on, we should go.
I'm getting the impression this game isn't going to be very long then. I thought it was just a fluke that the first one we got from Othias would be easily obtained, but...
You must be David. Your reputation precedes you.
Who are you and how did you get here?
Oh, I'm just a runner.
From where?
Heard of your search for the orbs, and believes...
Oh my god, some direction.
He said he'd wait for you in the entrance at the library at no.
Okay.
Ooh, good luck.
Well, he's about to have a heart attack and yet is immediately going to go back to running.
I am the chronicler.
Ooh.
I shall record your
reverb on his voice there.
book of legend.
Nice. Okay, so I'm weirdly surprised how brief the area to get the second orb was. So is every area just going to be short, I guess? And this isn't a very long game, which honestly I'd be okay with. I've complained before that I think a lot of games are too long because there's so many of them. Like, I'm not going to run out. They don't all have to be 100 hours long. I am all for a game being like a solid 12 to 20 is like the most any game needs to be. So now I'm going to take the other path though, which is why I'm not just fast traveling to the library. And they're chasing... they were chasing after enemies that hadn't even spawned in yet. And they're still doing it, so they're not actually attacking anything. Good job, guys. It's good to see the AI has continued to be absolute dog shit. Look at them. Like, whatever they're chasing isn't even on screen yet. You want to attack the thing that is. Now they're even being attacked by something else and they're ignoring... Oh, I can't get over how bad this AI is. Guys, just stop. Oh, apparently they can hit it. Well, then why were they just running against it instead? There's some gold there. Can I reach that gold? No. That gold is just far enough off screen, it's impossible to grab. Oh, that's great. Hopefully it's not a lot. This path to the right sort of looks like it should be an exit, but I guess it's not. Ooh, the aliasing on that howl was amazing. Did you hear that? Pies. So now we haven't tried roast rat. Let me go to the inventory here. Cheese is 80. Roast rat is 190. Wow, who would have thought roast rat would be so nutritious? And a pie is an incredible 160. Ooh, wow, this area actually looks quite large. This must go somewhere completely different, because I don't really have a reason to be here, because, like, right now I'm supposed to be going back to the library. Yeah, their death scream's pretty funny. That's an exit. That's an exit. Oh, and the edge of the screen is. There's 3 play. Okay, well. Let's start with this one just because I'm close to it. Oh, they are hostile. Okay. I was kind of hoping this guy was on my side, but I guess why would he be? Well, whoever he was, I just blew him into chunks. Who cares? Oh, fuck. I'm gonna switch back to the broadsword, and I'm gonna try... Well, Reaper is kind of a spin attack. I'm gonna try to get in the middle of these guys and do it. Oh, yeah. These giant brick bridges are kind of badass, but where am I going? Oh, fuck. So, yeah, I just realized each special has its own separate cooldown. So, I could actually be doing these quite frequently by just switching between them. Let's go Web of Death. Yeah. That one's not actually that great. It's basically just 2 regular hits. I think Cleaver is my favorite so far, because it's just a big hit. Yeah, I like Cleaver.
You know where we are, don't you?
Not a clue.
Glass's palace.
Who the fuck is Glass?
Oh, surely you're not considering going in.
Who's Glass?
That's exactly what I'm considering.
Who the hell is Glass?
But are we ready? After all, Glass is Silver's daughter.
Thank you. Although there's no reason you would say that to David, because clearly he knows.
And she's a very powerful sorceress.
More awkward exposition.
One or more of the orbs to enhance her power. If I have to, I'll go in alone.
No, if we go in together.
That was an incredibly awkward conversation because it started by assuming I know who Glass is. And then when I obviously don't, it just explained it anyway, even though the characters clearly did, which made that pointless exposition because it was characters telling a character telling another character something that character already knows. But it takes a key to get in, so a red key, so I can't do anything here anyway. Which means presumably, maybe I'm just here early, and maybe elsewhere in the game, Glass gets introduced, like wherever you get the red key is where ordinarily where you would learn who Glass is, but the fact that I'm here early means that I've like sequence broken the dialogue, which is why I didn't know who the fuck they were talking about at first. That would be kind of weird. You'd think you'd set this up so that dialogue can't happen until we know who Glass is. But I do dig the sexy angel statues on the front steps. That's kind of spiffy, I guess. Not gonna lie, I would probably put that on my front steps too. Also, if Glass is like Silver's daughter and Silver's pure evil, you'd think instead of those being angels, they would be like succubi, you know, like you'd think they'd have like bat wings instead of feathery angel wings, along with these ones on the bridge, you know, they have feathery wings too. I'm assuming Glass is evil, so I think it would make more sense for bat wings. Yeah, the audio turns into a clusterfuck when you're fighting these things. But they drop a lot of roast rats. Ooh, and a chicken leg. I'm assuming that's an even better healing item. Oh my god, that's the top one. Oh, and that comes out here. Okay, so then where does this side... Oh, God, a bunch of enemies spawned in, so can't leave. It's becoming a bit of a nuisance that sometimes I just want to get around. And you're not allowed to ignore enemies. So I can't just leave if I don't want to fight them. So where does this exit go? Ooh, some chests. Hopefully they have good shit in them and not just more food I can't carry. Oh my god, they're guarded. How could I have known? Do they reappear now that everything's dead? So, yeah, this screen's actually... Oh. I was gonna say this screen is pointless, but... Oh, they do appear when... Oh, okay. They were just more enemies to fight. And it is just food I can't carry. Look at that. Alright, so where are the ones that trigger the second chest? They're just farther up here. I guess not? Huh. Is there no way to make the second chest appear then? It's not a big deal, because you and I both know that really about the only thing that can be in it is, just some more food, honestly. I mean, I suppose it could be like a weapon or something. We have gotten weapons from chests. Okay, so now we're just supposed to go back to the library entrance. And we have to watch everybody walk into position instead of just cutting here.
My supply line.
You mean tether?
Yes, I probably do. Oh, dear me. It's worse than I thought.
Okay, at the end of my tether or at the end of my rope is a saying, but I'm actually surprised David knew what he meant there because I didn't.
What?
My sanitary.
Sanity?
Yes. I knew you'd understand. I'm afraid words become nonsensical if my mind remains inactive for an exterior period of time.
How does
philosophical conundrum?
How does your mind remain inactive? You can't turn your brain off. It sort of just works, right?
I'm afraid we have none.
Okay. I'll have to find my own.
Okay, here's a conundrum for you. Why did people like Resident Evil? That should keep you busy.
Excuse the interruption, but we heard that you have some important news regarding one of the orbs.
Yes, I heard of your quest and was just relating the details.
Okay, this line's pointless.
It is most interesting.
I was fortunate to unearth some old scriptures that recount stories of an ancient...
This guy talks too slowly.
...forgotten cathedral called Spires. It was reputed to house a magical orb of healing.
Why are you talking in slow motion? It is very boring.
Fortune to sink, taking both the cathedral and the orb with it.
Don't worry, all is not lost. Professor Velding has a friend.
Yes, a necromancer by the name of Thaddeus. He's in residence in Lower Rain.
Is that the area that is flooded?
Has built a strange device he calls the Bathescape. The Bathescape travels underwater.
Shouldn't that be Bathy?
To enter Spires and claim the orb.
How will we find this Thaddeus and his machine?
Well, we go to Lower Rain, it sounds like.
When the time is right, you must summon him by reciting this incantation. From beyond the plains of Elysium and through the Red Sea of Jara, rise, Thaddeus, rise.
Wow, I didn't quite expect him to be quite that ostentatious. Jesus.
Thank you. We will.
That is such an overblown way of expecting people to summon you. So, I have a feeling Thaddeus might be a little bit up his own ass. But we were told he was in Lower Rain. We were told an incantation to get him, but we weren't told anything more specific than that. So, and holy crap, I actually turned the game off. And it's a totally different day rebooting the game, and these knives are still here. So that's not just stored in memory, it's actually stored in your save file. That's madness. You don't see very many games do that. Usually, like, drops disappear as soon as you leave the screen. It's crazy that they're there when you leave the screen and come back. It's insane that they're there if you actually turn the console off. Now, the only place in Rain I haven't been is there was the boatman, the skeletal boatman on the area that had flooded.
You again?
Yes, tell me what the fuck you want me to do.
We were told that we could find a man named...
Oh, thank God, new dialogue.
Lower Rain.
The price is one cursed doubloon.
Well, you're in luck, good sir, because I happen to have one.
Don't question me, and I'll take payment now.
Okay, just take it as long as you either stop talking or talk faster. Oh, glorious. Progress.
There.
Yes, I see it too.
It looks deserted.
It does?
Hello? Is there anybody there?
David, try using Professor Velding's incantation.
Okay. From beyond the plains of Elysium, and through the Red Sea of Jara, rise, Thaddeus, rise.
Could you sound a little more, like, grandiose there? I mean, like, he read that so flatly and nasally. I mean, he doesn't have a particularly imposing voice in the first place, but he could have leaned into that a little, you know. From beyond the plains of Elysium. I mean, like give it something, man.
Speak.
Oh my God. What the? I looked away from the screen for 1 second to grab my Pepsi. I look back and there's suddenly a gigantic severed head on screen. I don't know if it faded in because it happened. It happened the exact moment I turned to grab my Pepsi. Wow, that was nuts. Just turning back to the screen and there's a fucking floating head.
My name is David. Professor Velding told us that you have created an underwater carriage that will allow us to travel to the sunken cathedral at Spires. It houses one of the mystical orbs, and we have to retrieve all 8 to defeat Silver.
Well, that was actually a pretty efficient synopsis there, David.
Then take it. It is yours.
Wow, that was easy. I mean, I didn't know if he was going to be a dick about it, but he doesn't even want payment? He doesn't want us to do something in return? He's also not blinking, and that's really freaking me out. I mean, I'm assuming that's not his real head. It's like an apparition, but it should still blink. And that thing is pretty cool looking. Again, like I mentioned with the boiler under the library, it kind of looks like something out of Myst or Riven, you know? I can't move. I guess from holding L, I have to select it, and then does hitting A use it? Oh, it does. Okay. Also, why did we need, like, a skeletal, otherworldly boatman who takes a cursed doubloon to move us? Couldn't we just move a raft on our own?
Selected to serve in my elite guard, and yet you repay me with incompetence!
Oh, this guy's great.
Tell me, why are these rebels still alive?
Well, it turns out they're really good at mashing the A button, sir. We don't have much of a defense for that.
Our guards can't.
Quiet! There are no excuses for failure.
Well, then why did you ask?
Fortunately for you, I acquired a little insurance of my own.
What insurance?
A rebel informant. The fools
Betrayal.
turning on themselves.
Can we trust the word of a recreant?
Ooh, nice word there.
He is stupid and weak. He will not defy me. Jag.
Being stupid and weak is not actually relevant to lying.
So far, the rebels' betrayal has been most engaging. But I was disturbed to learn that they too are searching for the orbs and are unfortunately having a great deal more success than you.
Which is weird because both orbs were trivial to obtain. One was given to us for free, and the other was like 3 screens into an area behind a not particularly difficult boss.
I'm sorry, sire.
What's with his face? He looks like a creature, not a person. Has he been transformed by Silver, or are there sapient creatures in this world that aren't human?
Stop sniveling!
Well, other than Einstein, I guess.
Bell, and go to the cathedral in Spires It seems it houses the Orb of Healing. Wait there in ambush for the rebels to try and retrieve it. And when you've killed them, bring the orb to me and tag. Do not fail me.
Yeah. I love the way this guy reads his lines. Also, the background here is amazing. I was waiting for the dialogue to end so I could talk about it. We're on like this fucking spire floating over I don't even know what, but like we have these nice shafts of light coming in from the left that are, they kind of give it this sort of moody lighting because the light is at a very shallow angle where it's coming kind of almost sideways as opposed to downward. I don't even know what the perpetually burning spinning thing up top is. I don't know, is that like a Satanist necromancer's version of a disco ball? And then I'm assuming these are streams of blood. What? Is this like the blood of young virgins just perpetually pumped into his fucking throne room? I mean, that's fucking metal right there. Look at that shit.
You go to chains and prevent the Duke's pitiful attempt at a jailbreak, but don't kill him.
Wait, I didn't know Duke was trying to jailbreak anyone.
Bait.
Last we saw Duke, he was just sitting at camp and had nothing to say.
Mercy.
Yes, my liege.
You assure me that the orb in your possession is safe?
Yes, Father. I have assigned Draco, my most lethal guardian, to protect it.
Oh, that's Glass. Okay, yeah, we were told about her, I think, by sequence breaking. I think this scene is probably supposed to be the first time we see Glass, and then this line here where she says father would teach us that he's her father. Also, I like her really over-the-top makeup.
For concern.
Well, that was exciting. His throne room is badass, and I like the way he reads his lines. And that door design was extremely cool. Like clockwork and gear spinning and shit. Yeah, this is very Cyan. Is it Cyan Dreams? Or just Cyan? Oh, Cyan Worlds. Yeah, Cyan Inc., also known as Cyan Worlds. I knew there was a second word to it. We have giant lobsters trying to murder us, which is very strange because we're not actually underwater. I mean, the structure is, but there's not water in here. Goofy fishmen with tridents. Oh, this is fantastic. They make bubbling sounds when we hit them, which is a little more cartoonish than I was expecting, but I suppose that's fine. And apparently this chest needs a key. Hopefully this area is a little longer than the ice area, though, because I keep wanting there to be like a more involved dungeon sort of thing than... Alright, this gold just hitting here, I'm assuming is a trap. Let's find out. Well, either I was right, or these enemies would have spawned anyway. I'm actually not sure. Look at the size of these fucking lobsters. And why do they want me dead? And just for fun, I'm going to see if they are weak to magic. They aren't, because it doesn't have the star symbol, although that did actually do quite a lot of damage. Strange there's no music here. Not necessarily a problem, because there doesn't need to be music at all times, but it just makes this area feel kind of empty. Okay, so there's an exit hidden to the right. So the game probably expects me to go down, so I'm going to go this way first. What's in the chest? Probably just food. Oh look, 2 breads and 2 cheeses and a tiny amount of gold. It's getting to the point where I'm like, I'm not even particularly interested in opening chests. And that's a shame, because like opening a chest should be exciting. Like you should go, ooh, what's in here? And then basically every chest we've ever opened just has like food in it, which half the time I can't carry anyway. Like this cheese here, I can't carry this because I have 9. And apparently there's like a horrible leak in here and it's not filling up. I mean, where's it going? It can't be going outside, because if it was going outside, that would mean there's a hole to the outside. But if there was a hole to the outside, there would just be water coming in that too, meaning it wouldn't be able to go out it. So this room should be totally filling up if it's been sitting here leaking for God knows how long. Also, it's kind of a shame we didn't get any kind of establishing shot of us coming down here. Like, we saw the submarine come up. That'd be a great place for a pre-rendered FMV sequence. There he is, okay. Like you have in RPGs where they would do like a pre-rendered scene, you know, to show something really cool. That would be a fantastic place to do one. It could be a fairly short sequence of our submarine, you know, moving down to like this big structure underwater, and we could at least get a wide shot of the structure as our small little diving thing in frame just sort of recedes towards it, and then you cut to load screen. Like, it doesn't have to be an elaborate scene, but it's weird we saw absolutely nothing of what the outside of this structure looks like, or even really how far down are we. Infernum extinguisher. Oh, hey, that's that necklace thing. Yeah, we needed that. That showed on the perpetual fire in the woods. So that at least tells me where to go next. Ooh, an iron-rimmed shield. Assuming that's just the next tier up. I'm kind of tempted to get a ranged character back. I might go back and get Sukuni. I mean, I like the party we have here because I'm assuming David has to be in the party. Vivienne's fine because she seems to do quite well in combat. And Jug has like ridiculous strength and a lot of health, so that's working quite well. But some range would be nice, and I don't think any of these people are particularly good at it. So let's check David's ranged skill. He is 54. Vivienne is 55. Okay, very slightly better. And I'm assuming Jug sucks. 43. Not as bad as I thought, but he's not good. His dexterity is terrible, though. Let's give Vivienne knives, I guess, just to see if she's any good at all. Oh my god, an actual item from a chest. We got a health potion and some food, of course. But we got a longsword. Battle axe, damage 19, longsword, damage 23. Wow, okay. Jug can have that because he's the strongest. So, presumably, thrusting will do the most damage with this. Oh, it kicks ass. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is awesome. I like how much damage Jug does. Also, I can't help but notice those throwing knives were doing basically nothing. I mean, I realize I have higher level things than the knives because I have the short bow and the long bow. I might try those on the boss when we get there, but for now, I'll just ignore the ranged weapons. Although I might get Sukune back. Because at the very least, a character being ranged means they don't just run up to the enemies and then get hit a bunch because they don't try to evade. Of course, they don't try to evade ranged attacks either, but not that many enemies do ranged attacks. Holy crap, she actually dodged the thing. Did you see that? So they kind of make an attempt, but I don't know if it's like a dice roll if they try, and it just very rarely works. The good news is enemies drop food constantly, so I have not yet needed to use a healing potion. Oh yes, and this does just loop around. Okay. I have not yet needed to use a health potion, which is good because they're expensive, so clearly they're more of a late game thing. And I was gone for 1 second and everything respawned. Fantastic. So right now, it's nice that I can just heal with food because enemies drop it a lot. On the other hand, it is really fucking tedious to stop and feed all 3 of my party members constantly. I'm not going to bother saving because it hasn't really been that long, and you can only use the Chronicler once, so I might prefer to use him on the way out, I guess.
Perfect.
Oh, and we're already at a boss. Yeah, the areas are tiny.
The orb. How does it feel to fail?
What are you? Are you like a weird creature of some kind? Have you just been malformed by silver? Why do you have a fucked up face and like yellow teeth and canine fangs?
Last before you die.
And green eyes.
Look behind you.
So you can run. Have you no dignity?
Oh.
Trust me. You really should look behind you.
I thought David was fucking with him.
Please, your diversion is farcical.
Did you not hear the flapping? Oh, it just annihilated him in one hit. Okay, I actually kind of like that. I mean, obviously, I thought we were going to fight Jag, because the whole silly scene with Silver was to set up that he was going to be here, so... I'm going to have Vivienne use a longbow. I'm going to have David cast spells. I have no reason to think fire or ice will do more damage, so I'll just start with fire. because he's spitting green stuff, which I'm assuming means he's not either fire or ice, meaning he shouldn't be resistant to it. Also, you'll note neither of these people are actually doing anything, despite the fact that they both have ranged stuff and thus could be. Okay, the arrows are doing literally 0 damage. How about you switch to ice instead? Well, that's doing 3. At least that's not 0. Oh god, his attacks hurt really badly. Which sucks because Jug isn't doing anything about that. And now I'm totally out of magic. Okay, you take some cheese. You take some bread. You take some cheese. Oh my god. So what else do I have that's ranged? I guess I could try the fire sword. It does 1 damage. Oh fuck, this is gonna take a long time. See, this is where I wish I had Tsukune, because at least she could hit this thing. I mean, the bow was doing literally 0 damage to it, but maybe with Tsukune's higher skill, it would scale more, and it actually would do damage. Okay, the fire sword is out of power, so I'm gonna switch to the ice sword, drain that one. By then, the fire sword will have recharged some. Yep, so now I switch back to the fire sword. And then we just very slowly whittle this fucker away. See, I'm trying to position myself such that David will land in between these fireballs because he's too stupid to avoid them. So I need to be careful about my positioning, like I'm doing here, so that the one to the side doesn't hit him. Because otherwise, if I'm too far right, then the far left one will just hit David, so... I can just do this. I'll just go back and forth like this, while David and Vivienne wait for their magic to reach in. Yeah, see, this is working quite well. Since he's only firing at me and not them, I can totally determine where his shots are going by my own placement, and thus prevent them from getting hit. This is going to take a really long time, because their magic regenerates very slowly. And this guy isn't spawning in, unlike the thing in the burnt woods, the weird fire demon in the burnt woods, he was actually spawning in smaller enemies that when you defeated them dropped magic orbs. This guy isn't spawning in smaller enemies, so there's no way to farm orbs to regenerate faster. So this is just going to come down to waiting. Yeah, this is not even remotely challenging. I mean, once I figured out I can do this, which didn't take me very long, I only used a couple healing items before I discovered this, and the boss is doing absolutely nothing to reposition. He doesn't have, like, multiple... See, at least with the guy in the forest, he at least had multiple positions in the arena that he would move to. Like, he was always doing the same thing, but he had multiple spots from which he would do it. So there did need to be at least some maneuvering, and I kept having to move my party member to, like, keep them in cover, otherwise he would hit them. So, like, there was more maneuvering involved here. Here, there's no maneuvering involved at all because Vivienne and David aren't moving, and I'm just cheesing his AI so that he never hits either of them. He either needs to move, or he needs to have more attacks. He only has 1 attack, which is a bit of a problem. If he had multiple attacks he was cycling through, even if I could cheese this attack every time, maybe like the other one when he did it would be some more area effect thing that I couldn't just easily avoid this way. Why didn't they just have the boss move? Or summon minions? See, even if he didn't move, if he summoned little minions I had to chase around, that would force me to move around. So yeah, there's basically 3 easy ways you could fix this. Have the boss move, have the boss have more than 1 type of attack that cover different areas of the screen or different angles, or have him spawn minions that force me to displace. Better yet, do all 3 of those things. It would make the boss fight more engaging. Oh, wait, Fire Magic 2. Does it just get better as you use it? I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought it would just get better as our overall level went up. Oh, he stopped attacking because I guess level 2 costs way more magic. Because I was looking at his bar and like, he has enough to cast. Oh well, it's just gonna make this take even longer. Oh dear God. There we go. And it does about double damage. I think he was doing 4 before, and now it's 8. So it does double damage, but I think it actually takes more than double the magic, so I'm not sure that's actually better. And see, I don't even have items I can take to refill magic, because there is probably a potion for that, but I don't have it, and magic regenerates quite slowly. I kind of wish in this menu here there was a way to revert to level 1. Like if I could actually pick which tier they're casting, but it looks like once it's level 2, it's just level 2, and you don't get to revert. Ouch. Yeah, I'm getting sloppy now, because, like, I'm numbed out of my mind. Ooh, hey, there we go. Ice Magic 2. And now the fight's gonna slow down even more. This boss fight would be a nightmare if I wasn't able to do this, though. With how long this is taking, if I was actually having to maneuver around and use healing items, I'd have run out of healing items a long time ago, because I can't move all 3 characters at once. So I'd be blowing through healing items, it would be a frustrating clusterfuck of trying to move everybody. Oh, hey. Ice Magic 2 isn't just a more powerful version, it actually behaves differently. The only reason this works is because he's only attacking me, so like, this would be as easy as just have him cycle through targets. Have him move, have him cycle through targets. Have him have multiple attacks, have him summon minions. There you go, like it's that easy. So we'll pick up the orb.
It's evident that Silver now knows that we're searching for the orbs. We have to ensure that we secure all 8 before he finds any more.
Ooh, any more there should be 2 words. But indeed, Silver's onto us, which I kind of assumed he would have been all along. Surely he's aware of the... It stands to reason that if the orbs are important, that he would be aware of that as well. Let's save, because that boss fight was boring as fuck, and I do not wish to do it again. And it took a really long time. I don't know how long that was, but that was a good 10-15 minutes of basically nothing happening. So can I toggle to different tiers? Doesn't really seem to be a way to, because clicking it again just unequips it, so yeah. But we have life magic, so that's cool. Heal spells are always nice, even though I'm getting plenty of food. In fact, I'm getting more food than I can even carry, so a life spell isn't super important. I do like this room, though. We have like this big, nice, grand-looking room with these cool, detailed pillars, and those are either mosaics or stained glass. It's kind of hard to tell at this resolution, but they're like dragon-y, serpentine sort of designs. Cool-looking room for a boss fight with a dragon. It's just a shame the boss fight with the dragon was so incredibly simplistic. And I'm gonna go this way, because I'm gonna go get that cheese I left behind, because I can carry it now. Come to me, cheese. Glorious. Ooh. Oh, shit. To regular enemies, the spells are actually doing quite a lot of damage. But I can't cast them very many times, so... On a screen with 2 enemies like that, it was great, because we just annihilated both of them. But on a screen with like 8 enemies, I can't cast it that many times, so... And then of course that happens where David fires at the same one I did, and thus his spell completely went to waste. And now I can't cast again, because she only has enough magic for 2. So, yeah. Presumably, one of our potential party members we'll run into will be somebody who's really good at casting spells, but until we meet somebody like that, if it's 2 casts and then I'm kind of done, it's not super useful, especially because it's not terribly convenient to switch between weapons. If it was really easy to switch between weapons, like I could just, you know, toggle between a spell and my sword, then I would, you know, toggle to the magic, cast 2 spells, and then just toggle straight back. But with it being kind of tedious to do, especially to do to 2 characters separately, because I'd have to first do it to whoever's doing ice and then to whoever's doing fire, and then they cast twice, and I have to open the menu, give them a sword, give them a shield, then do the other person, give him a sword, give him a shield. Like, it's too slow to switch back and forth, which is going to make me not bother to use the magic, except on tougher enemies like a boss. So if it was quicker to switch, I'd use it more. You know, it's a great example of, like, we have a fair number of options in terms of gameplay, and I still don't have this key. So I figured we'd get that key in here, but we have a decent number of options in terms of gameplay, in terms of, like, the weapons we have and stuff. But when your options are inconvenient to exercise, I end up using fewer of them. I've had a lot of games do that, where, like, there's tons of weapons or tons of abilities or, like, lots of spells, and you end up only using a couple of them if it's inconvenient to use the others. Like, it's one thing to give the player a lot of options, but you also have to make it easy to use those options so that the player will actually bother. You know what I mean? A good counterexample here would be Champions of Norrath. It's a straightforward dungeon-crawling hack-and-slash, but a very fun one. It's essentially a spiritual successor and plays extremely similarly to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, if you're familiar with that one, which is also worth playing if you're into the genre. But despite its straightforward simplicity, it's an enormously satisfying game to play, and a large part of what makes it satisfying is that the control setup is extremely efficient, which is crucial to keep things moving in a hack-and-slash. A huge chunk of this efficiency comes from the fact that you can have both a ranged and melee weapon equipped simultaneously, and then toggle between them in-game with a dedicated button. And importantly, the switch happens immediately. There is no pointless animation of your character putting away one and then drawing the other, causing a delay. It just instantly appears in your hands and is usable, because of course it does. Why the fuck would I need unnecessary animations to waste my time? This effortless switch means that adapting to enemy positions never slows the flow of gameplay. When you see an enemy approaching, you can shoot it with your bow, and as it gets too close, immediately switch to melee and finish the fight there, with no menu of any kind in between. Another nice detail is that the block button applies instantly. Even if you're in the middle of swinging your weapon, it just cuts that animation short, where I've seen other games require your current animation to end before you can raise your shield. When it comes to spells, you have not one, but two dedicated buttons for spell casting, and you can assign a different ability to each one. Yes, you have more total spells and abilities than these two buttons, so you do need to swap them occasionally, but you can lean on your two favorites with no switching or menus at all. Nor do you need to equip the spell to use it and then re-equip your sword or bow when you're done. Spells are always available regardless of what you otherwise have equipped. There are also dedicated buttons for both health and magic potions, so you don't even need to use a menu to do that. Nor is there a pointless animation showing your character drink them. The effect just applies instantly. And you don't even have to drop your shield to drink, so you can do it to save yourself while being swarmed. Everything stays real time all the time. And when you're carrying too much crap and want to sell it, you don't have to backtrack to a shop. You use a magical scroll that teleports you directly to that area's shop, and when you're done, using the scroll again teleports you back to exactly where you were. Sure, there's a load screen each way, but a trip to the shop and back otherwise involves zero travel time. The instantaneity of all these mechanics means the flow of gameplay is almost never interrupted, which keeps you engaged in playing it. The game's remarkably good at getting you to say, just one more floor, then I'll quit. And pretty soon you've been playing for an hour longer than you intended, because the total lack of interruptions means there isn't really an obvious spot to stop. So you just keep going, whereas Silver requires near constant futzing with the menu for 3 separate characters, which is vastly less engaging, because this endless equipping and re-equipping and feeding each character food becomes a perpetual string of speed bumps interrupting the flow of gameplay. It just doesn't feel very good, and it's yet another thing that makes me somewhat resentful of even having party members when they should be an unequivocal boon. Just imagine how much less fannying about with the menu I'd have to do if I was alone. It's not atrocious, it's not an abominable failure of design, but this intermittent, speed bump-laden flow is just tedious enough to make the game much less satisfying than something like Champions of Norrath. These games aren't exactly the same genre, so they can't be expected to work exactly the same way, and as I mentioned in part 2, there are fewer buttons on a Dreamcast controller than a PlayStation one, which is part of this equation, but an overall design philosophy of instantaneity can be adhered to some degree in any genre, and I don't see any reason Silver couldn't have at least a system for toggling between melee and ranged, or between a weapon and a spell, and it certainly could have a mechanic that auto-equips a shield whenever equipping a one-handed weapon, or that keeps the shield equipped in the background when switching to another weapon so that it's there when you come back. These would not require rebuilding the game from scratch to implement. They could be slotted into what's already here with minimal disruption to the base UI, so it's not an unreasonable expectation. None of this is game-breaking or anywhere near it, but the small stuff matters because these are the tiny irritants that you feel throughout the experience, and that absolutely has a cumulative effect over the course of the whole game. It's easy to hand-wave away the small things out of the assumption that their smallness makes them largely inconsequential, but it genuinely is the small refinements that make a game truly brilliant, and it's in this regard that Silver falls a bit short, despite being in no way a bad game overall.